sound fades out. The menu sound fades out. This cycles through different amounts of tips. They can always be different tips, so it just chooses a random one. This is the Discord logo and of course the Discord server link and all of that. So first, when you pop in here, this is the menu. This is the lobby. So highlighting your mouse over another player will pop up with the group that they're in, if they're in any of the two groups that the game checks for. And if they are, then it will also display their rank. So right now, Kratos the Terrible over here is not in the second group, which, I don't know, I haven't disclosed yet, but people will probably figure it out eventually. They have every player has a health bar and their username. If you have a different health bar, if you have a different health amount, it will adjust to that. If you are on a different team, it will adjust to that. For example, if I go on the Spetsnaz team, you'll see it'll pop up there with a different color username. So different teams also might have different health amounts. I haven't decided yet, but Voltron definitely will. So this is the team for Spetsnaz. Let's say if I team our test dummy over here to military police, for example, it reloads your character and puts you in the exact same position as before. And he also gets a different color username. That's not good. He also gets a different color username, and when we kill poor Kratos over here, he himself has his own death screen and loading screen, death sound and sound, but that is locally scripted, so we won't hear it. You can still see the group rank, which is actually probably better than not being able to. He has to press the respawn button that pops up to respawn, but as of now he's not currently doing that. But if I go ahead and click that on his screen, his character will despawn and we will respawn. So if you want to see how that is by myself, it does pick through 3 different death sounds. So if I reset here, there's one of them. Comes up with this message, your player is there, background goes blurry, and this screen tweens in. And as for other players, they also don't see anything. They can walk over you. Collisions work as normal. And when you press respawn, your player does respawn. And everything is still working. So now that is the basics of what is new to the game. So we can now move on to other things. So as you can see here, I have a clearance 5 keycard and a clearance 4 keycard. So since there are a few whitelisted names there are a few whitelisted names. So if you are part of this whitelist, then you are able to have special tools such as the clearance 5 keycard, which only people like developers and other people who are recognized by me basically are able to get this. And so since clearance 5 keycard is not available in the game, but for certain teams like like Spetsnaz, they get the clearance 5 keycard. But if you are on a different team such as CAF, for example, they only get a clearance 1 keycard. Just ignore this for now. This is just an add-on, but also different color username and this. I'll just go through all of them really quick. And also we also have a stamina a sprint script, so that sprinting increases your stamina. Your stamina decreases and your speed increases while zooming out. And when you zoom out, you can only sprint with 25 plus stamina. So if I go down to 0, then nothing should happen. I try to press shift, nothing is happening. As soon as I get to 25, I can sprint again. So yeah. Then we can go on to, so lobby will always have the custom characters. You will always have your custom character, although you won't be able to have different body parts. Heads are acceptable for people who want to use headless in the lobby. That is acceptable, but not for other things. Going on to RSF, another Russian team. Okay, fine. Going on to RSF, this is another Russian team. Have the different color username. I might change this color, I'm not sure. But clearance 5, clearance 3 card actually this time. And they also spawn during a round. So if you want, you can also go back to the beginning of this video to look at the details and read through it to understand a bit more about the game. Or else you can just look through in-game info to understand it all. It should all be there. Going on to inmates. Oh my gosh, really? I spelled it wrong. So right now I'm using a different color head, so this would look more realistic if I had a different color skin tone for my head, but this does work as intended. For headless users, this won't work, so headless will only work in the lobby, but for teams like inmates and technicians, it won't. Just to further enhance parts of the game, because let's say if you're not wearing hair and you're not wearing a head, it could possibly give you an advantage in a way. So yeah, it does not get rid of your hair, but it does get rid of any other body parts or other things and gives you the uniforms. So we go on to Royal Rifles. Ugh, why do I was screwed up. Custom avatar, backpack, radio. This one is a bit different because the things on the uniforms are customly textured, and they all have a similar texture to the uniform. Although they are a little bit higher quality than the uniform, they still work as intended, so that is what matters most. Going on to technicians. So right now they have a hat. I think I might remove it because it doesn't work well with the hair. But you know, also give me your suggestions in the comments, or however you want to leave it. And these guys will have their own, so every team will have their own objective, so there is a point to spawning on technicians. They have a vest and a belt and, you know, the hat, but I might get rid of that. Moving on to EPA. EPA has a custom riot helmet that no one else does have. They have a backpack, radio, shoulder straps, belts, just as all the other teams, but have this helmet just for some more diversity. Going on to VFF, Voltron Freedom Fighters, they are also similar colored uniform. They are similar but different in their own way. So that really is that. They also have a level clearance 3 key card. Moving on to Voltron. Oh, clearance 3 key card. Yeah, no, I'll probably give them a clearance 4 key card because they need to be able to open the doors to the crystal locations. Moving on to Voltron. Now there are 2 different versions of Voltron. This is the first version. So this is if you are an immigrant while becoming Voltron, and so this is what would happen to you. But if you are an inmate while converting into Voltron, this is what you would look like with that electricity effect. This is temporary for now. If I'm able to create a better morph in the future, then I'll probably just do that. You probably saw enough for immigrants, but this is how the normal would look like. And then finally, Teamy Spetsnaz, which we saw beforehand, if not. But yeah, so that should work. So everything should be working now. Oh, I just noticed this vest is too high. Okay, well, I'll fix that. Same for this guy. What? Okay, well, that will be fixed. So let's move on to some other things. Moving on to this room. So this does open up a door to get to the lobby, but this is only for people who have a certain key card. I'll probably make it so you can't see the health bar through walls, and yeah. So you can open this with a clearance 4, as it will say. What was it?
Access denied.
Here you go. And if you do have a right key card,
access granted.
door opens up. and there's also a debound, so you can't do anything while it's doing all that. And you can walk all the way down here, down this tunnel all the way there. So that is that for one of the secrets. Now if we do go to, so this door can only be opened with a level 3 key card. So see if I open this with clearance 4, it should work. Higher than level 3. Doors open, custom sound, and close at the end. So yeah. Over here, this is a clearance 1 door. Very laggy right now because of my because of the streaming service I'm using, but it would be a lot less laggy in game if this does look pretty laggy. Those are the few doors here. There are a few more. Turn. There are a few of the other doors. Level 5 over there. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whoa. So this is the normal military base, the airplane, and then two of the crystals at either side. This probably will gain more detail later on because this kind of looks pretty bare.
Access granted.
But pressing the button, bring the door up, bring the elevator up. You can slightly hear it. And you can enter. Press the button. And door opens. So many different ways. You can always just, if you want to send it up, you can always just, you know, click the button, run away, whatever you want to do.
Access granted.
Over here, this is one of the first crystals, so this place will be identical to the second one. This is the shield, so if the reactor shields are down, you can steal it, but you have to be on the Russians or the VFF team. If you're not, then you can only return it, and only certain team levels can return it. But in the event that there are no other teams, let's say CAF is the only team that's in the game right now, and they have the crystals, they will have the authority to return it to its spot over here. Otherwise, only a higher level team can return it. So here is you can shut off the reactor shields with this button, and this will show the reactor status at Fort Roy. So Fort Roy's reactor has to be turned off if you want to be able to turn off the shields. Once the reactor gets turned on, you do have to turn it back on. The reactor shields will not go back on automatically, so you will have to do it yourself. But that also adds a little bit more team working together. So yeah, that is mainly it. I think I've showed all of the scripts so far. It was mostly really difficult to get the ragdoll system working and different outfits working on different teams. Making these outfits work was definitely really difficult, and even I've noticed some errors now, but those will get fixed. Yeah, so I didn't want to show too much off because the game, you'll be able to explore it all yourself when the game is up. But yeah, that is mainly it for today. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you're all excited for this project. Should be open in summer, but yeah, that is Devlog 5. Thanks for watching.